Okay, basically what we have going here is we're getting ready to reinstall the fuel pump and the fuel bowl. Okay, so what I've done here is I've prepped the tank tube, the tank inlet. I've already put the tube that's going to go to the truck, and I've put 2 bands on it so it's ready to go and get dropped in. I pinched it in the vise. I've lubricated the O-ring to seal the block. I've lubricated the pump shaft with white lithium grease. I put new sleeves up here on the top corners where the banjo lines go into the head. I'd like to talk about this banjo bolt here for a second. This carbon fiber seal, there's 2 of them. One goes on this side of the banjo bolt assembly, and one goes up here next to the pump. There's 2 of them. These do not come with the pump. You will need to buy them. They are a dealership only part. Order them from dieselowring.com when you order your other parts. So for the pump from dieselowring.com, you should order a pair of these for $3 and a pair of these sleeves for $5. And that is what you're going to need for the pump, aside from the other pieces you may need from your fuel bowl. So if you're doing the pump at the same time you're doing your fuel bowl, make sure that you buy this piece and the new sleeves. You don't want to put a new pump in and have a leak. So we got that going on right now. I got my fuel bowl all dressed and ready to go over there. I have never put one of these in before, so what I'm going to shoot for right now is I have them both all dressed up. I'm going to try to stick them together and kind of slide them in all as one piece and then connect them up to the truck. Okay, so basically here I've assembled the whole thing outside of the truck. You'll notice that all my hose clamps are loose to give me flexibility between the fuel bowl and the pump, so I can kind of line them into place. This whole assembly should sit right in, and I should be able to just hook the tubes up after I sit it in. Should actually be pretty convenient. I think this one on the bottom I can still get to with a long screwdriver. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snug it so it doesn't slip around on there, but I'm not going to tighten it all the way in case something does go wrong and I need just a little bit of flex left or right. Okay, so as you can see, I got the fuel bowl in the truck with the pump already attached to it like I showed you before. I just went in, and after I put it in, I put all the electrical from the wiring harness first. Then I did these lines in the front off the regulator. Then I tightened down and I tightened down all the rubber lines, the rubber hosing in the back, tightened down all the clamps, and then I put the banjo bolts, the 2 banjo lines to the back of the head on, and everything's in. It's all tight. I didn't need any specialty tools. The bolts for the pump, I used an extension, an 8-inch extension, and a 10-inch extension and a 10 millimeter, and then the bolts for the fuel bowl, I used the same 10-inch extension, 3/8 inch drive, and those bolts are 13 millimeter. When I put the new fuel filter in the fuel bowl, I filled the fuel bowl beforehand with automatic transmission fluid. You don't want to use synthetic, just regular ATF, automatic transmission fluid. You fill the fuel bowl with it, or you can use Lucas fuel injection system cleaner or whatever you like, as long as it's diesel safe. Any kind of injector cleaner. A lot of people use Lucas. I prefer to use automatic transmission fluid. Automatic transmission fluid is essentially hydraulic fluid. It's got a lot of detergents in it. It's going to make your truck smoke a little bit when you first start it, but after a couple of minutes it stops smoking and it cleans all the junk out of the tips of your nozzles and your injectors. Lucas does pretty much the same thing. It's got a different detergents in it. It's more designed for a fuel system. I really don't know what the difference is. I've used both. Both seem to work fine. You don't get as much white smoke with the Lucas. So if your neighbors are going to complain about a little white smoke for a couple minutes, maybe use the Lucas and not the automatic transmission fluid.
Okay, and that wraps up the fuel bowl and fuel pump installation. Hope this helped. Thanks. Please like and subscribe.